What is going on, everybody? Welcome to The Obsession. It is early November here in southern Wisconsin. Mike and I are both done getting ready for North Dakota coming up here, and I am down in the shop building some arrows for customers and getting everybody's stuff reset. It's amazing how many people actually come and want to buy arrows during the season. I'm going out next weekend. It's the first weekend of November, guys. And you're just buying arrows now. I have my opinions on that. You guys tell me what you think in the comments here about that information. But that being said, we're going to talk about a buck that I took this year. A buck I call Freddy Krueger. I've got a bunch of a history with him. You know, Mike and I always talk about hunting the top 10% of the deer on your property. And for years, I've had this deer on my property. Like I said, 2023 was when I first seen him. And he was a 2.5-year-old. We start following our deer when they're 2.5, not 1.5, just because they're easy to distinguish. And at 1.5 their dispersal rate is unbelievable. Chances are probably less than 50% they're going to stay in your area or even on your property. So, especially when you got small properties like ours. So this buck shows up 2023. I'll show you guys a bunch of pictures of him. You know, he's pretty wide for a 2.5-year-old deer. Real spindly. Got a good body on him for a 2.5-year-old, and he's a brawler. I mean, he wants to fight everybody. He didn't care. He was just up in everybody's face, you know. And you know those type of deer. They have a tendency to even chase bigger bucks off the property. But at 2.5, he's still physically small, so not really causing that many problems. But we got a bunch of pictures of him fighting, obviously at night, with a couple other deer. I'll show you guys those. We got some video of him on some mocks and stuff. But his rack's really distinguishable. You know, the points actually swoop forward. He's got good long sweeping main beams. He's an 8-point, and his brow tines are wide on his head. So easy to distinguish, you know. Tines not that tall, nothing like that. But, you know, we knew as he grew, he would be obviously on our list of deer we would like to shoot. 2024 rolls around. We got a lot of really good deer on the property. And this deer is on there also. And the very first day I go hunting, I get video of him. I filmed a couple other really good bucks, a 4.5-year-old, nice 3.5-year-old that I ended up taking later in the season, during gun season. I also filmed Freddy Krueger. He comes out, he's aggressive, comes in thinking he's the man in this plot that we were hunting, spot I call Dad's plot. And he's all heads up and everything. What he didn't realize is there was a bigger 8-pointer right in front of me at the time. He sees him, goes up, gets around Freddy Krueger, and basically walks him off. I'll show you that in the video. But again, big swooping rack, 3.5-year-old deer now this year in 2024. Good looking body on him. Not much mass, didn't grow antler wise, but 5 to 8 inches maybe, I think. Just good buck out to the ear, short tined, same frame. Just a good 3-year-old deer. Obviously, depending on what's on the property, like I said, top 10%, he would have ended up being a shooter if he was in that top 10%, but that particular year he wasn't. I was fortunate enough to take a buck I call Captain Hook that year on November 5th, and he was actually my number 2 buck on the property that year. So we move on then to this year, 2025. And I had done some changes on the property, food-wise, that I thought were going to be a good idea, and it probably wasn't. I didn't keep any summer food on the property. We were building the building, did a bunch of work there. My wife, my friends come and help, and my brother-in-laws, and my nephew, and doing a bunch of work on the property, and food plot wise things got a little bit late. We put corn in, thought that was great. Ended up the corn was it looked good, but it ends up they were eating all the cobs off, just nibbled it down to nothing. So we didn't have any corn. We had great structure there, but no actual cobs. They ate all the silks off when it was really young, and any of the cobs that grew, they actually ate it right down to the edge of the stalk. So there was almost no cobs in there, and that was a problem. But we put brassicas in, like we always do, and they came out great, and we'll show you guys that. You'll see that in the video here, but we got a lot of pictures of Freddy Krueger moving around. Started getting them of him in velvet right away. He was a lot bigger framed, heavier, 4.5-year-old deer. Any buck that's on my property or on Mike's property, if you guys watch the show, you know is immediately on our hit list. So he was definitely on the list. I had one other bigger buck than him, a buck I call Xenomorph, that I never did see after September. Once the velvet came off, I never seen that deer again. He must have moved. But that pretty much put Freddy Krueger at number 1. And again, he's a brawler. So you guys are going to see some footage here I'm going to show you of him taking out his frustration on some other deer. But he ends up breaking a tine, making a brow tine, and still a really great deer. And on October 26th, he ends up making a mistake. And we're going to show you guys the hunt there. He comes in, and I get an opportunity, so hopefully you guys enjoy the hunt. There's not a ton of B-roll footage of him coming, but I mean, he was aggressive. We had a cold front come in that night, or that day before, and into that evening. That particular morning, it was like 27, 28 degrees. And barometric pressure was not very high, around 29. And you guys know that Mike and I are big weather guys, but we had decided to split up. We had hunted together before, that day before, and I wanted to go hunt off this point, hit this water hole area with a mock scrape, expecting that transition in this particular spot, bed to bed on a bench on a hillside. So we'll show you guys the layout on all of that. Like always, we appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments, put them right down here in the comments. I always want to hear those. But we keep it as simple as possible. It's always self-filmed, you guys. So no fancy camera tricks or none of that. They're just regular hunters doing our thing and doing our podcast. Hopefully showing you guys some information that you can use to shoot your best buck. But we appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully you enjoy the show. We'll see you later.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Obsession, Strength and Not Power and Grind. It is day 2 of our vacation. I'm down on the Triple B. Mike's with Phil on the BMR. Mike said he's got some pretty good bucks up and running on his place. I had a buck come by. I know it's a buck because it grunted, but it came by in the dark. So we're on this transition between bed and bed this morning. Food is to the west of us. There's a small bedding area in front of me and a big bedding area behind me. And we're going to try and catch these bucks on this transition in between here. This is the same spot I shot my buck last year. Captain Hook. But we got a water hole and a mock in front of us. I'm going to try and keep it short. A little bit warmer today, 35 degrees. Didn't really check the barometric pressure this morning. Looks clear out, sun's starting to come up. We'll see what happens, but we're gonna try and catch these bucks coming from food and checking bedding back and forth. They like to use this level. It's a transition a little bit flatter. So there's a bench right here, and they kind of crisscross on it. They'll be right on top of us if we get a shot. Stick around, we'll see what happens. I know, there's not a lot of footage. It's a buck. It's a big 8. Oh. He's a 4-year-old deer. This buck is a big 8-point. He's actually the biggest deer I've got pictures of consistently on my property. So he's my number 1. If you don't include a buck I call xenomorph. He's a big, beautiful whitetail. I've got pictures of him for the last couple of years. And I figured they'd be out cruising today. I had that buck go by me this morning early. And I couldn't really make him out, and he was up above me, and I was setting up the camera and making noise and doing stupid stuff, and he came by to kind of investigate it. It could have been this deer, but I'm not sure. So I just got real quiet, sat back down, did my thing. It is 7:42 a.m. and I could hear something coming behind me. I just kind of look, and he's sitting right behind me, quartering away. I didn't get a lot of footage. I clicked the camera on, hit record. And the water hole's 20 yards. When I went to full draw, he stared at me, which was trouble. I aimed double lung. Instead of aiming low, I should have aimed low. But ended up spinding him on the first shot, put him down. I had put another arrow into him. So he is done right here below the tree. And I am jacked up, people. This is awesome. This is straight up awesome. So I am going to get down here a little bit because I'm starting to shake really good. But I am excited. I tell you, I made a couple mistakes this year on the property. I took out all my summer food. I don't have any clover or anything like that. I have some sorghum, which they are eating a little bit, but everything else is brassicas. The corn I put in did not grow right. It got height, but it didn't produce any cobs. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Maybe end up having a real farmer plant my corn. Just pay him to do it, but I got some good plans for next year, but I'll be bringing summer food back on. The deer numbers on the property are low, which we wanted to lower them, but we lowered them too much, so not a win. But I am excited about this deer. I am. Tell you the truth, I'm fucking jacked. Jacked. It is day 2. And looks like Mike's got a cameraman. Or he said some of his big ones are moving. So if his big ones are moving, maybe he'll get a shot at one. Hopefully our buddy Phil gets one too. Phil had an opportunity yesterday, didn't quite work out, so but maybe this time he'll get one. So like I said, I am jacked. So get down, do a recovery, and show you guys what we got here.
A lot of blood for an entrance. You know?
Yeah, a lot of blood for the entrance.
I like it.
It was a good day so far, huh, bro?
Right, no shit, right?
Did you talk to Filthy yet, or no?
Yeah, I did. I called him.
Yeah.
And I said, I do believe that your buck tag just became an any buck tag.
I'm pretty sure.
It's really wet, you know.
Oh, your leaves are really
wet? Oh my
wet?
God, dude. He's literally laying, I'm standing here looking at him. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's right, man. Congratulations,
Fuck
bro.
yeah, he's fucking laying in the fucking... Here's a 10-pointer.
Is it? Awesome,
yeah,
bro.
It's a different one, though.
Oh, really?
But...
It's a different.
Yeah,
it's a different one, though.
10.
No, that's rough.
It's a different one, but he's deader than a fucking doornail.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Oh, dude, he must have went up on this log and then fell back off of it.
It's gonna take me a bit to get him out. I'm way up on the hill. I'm going to get the wheeler and come and grab him. And
all right.
We are done, day, boy.
Sounds good, man.
All right, I'll see you.
Get the camera and I'll film this.
Yeah, and then we'll film talking at the house at your place with both deer.
Fuck yeah. All right, man.
All right, bro. Later.
Bye.
Bye. Fucking A, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Your best friend shoots a deer? Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, well, you guys can see we got Freddy Krueger here and a beautiful whitetail. Good mass, 8-point. Was my number 2 buck on the property this year. And he came by this morning. 7:40 he come in. Just a beautiful whitetail. But ended up giving me a 18-19 yard shot right here at the water hole. He seen me draw, which everything that was happening so fast, I really just probably rushed through it a little bit, but got the camera on, so short footage. I mean, it is what it is. You guys see what you see there, and but that's how it all went down. And I ended up hitting him a little high. Actually spined him, I think. Looks low enough, but I think it ended up going through. Might have hit the opposite side shoulder and put him down too, but had to follow it up with a subsequent shot. And he is definitely a beautiful whitetail. I'm ecstatic. Buddy Mike put a big buck down today. It's October 26th here in southern Wisconsin. Temperatures aren't exactly great, but they're not bad. It was 35 when I got here this morning. Snuck all the way up here on the ridge. This is the same location I shot Captain Hook last year. Just a good spot all the way around. We built this spot. We got bedding to the west. We got bedding to our east. Straight up above me here's that water hole you guys see. And the mock scrape. I mean, the mock scrape is literally 13 yards from us right here. And the water hole is probably 10, 15, somewhere in there. But yeah, just a beautiful setup. Catching deer transitioning is what we're doing here. So we got bed to the east, bed to the west, food to the west. It's a destination food plot. It's actually my neighbor's cornfield out there, and he never cuts. Hold on, I can see another deer. What do we got over there? That is his doe. But anyway, he never cuts his corn until just before gun season. And I've got great neighbors out here, you guys. They don't shoot anything unless it's a bigger deer too, and it pays off. So if you get a chance to talk with your neighbors, most of them are probably pretty good people. That being said, we're definitely excited about today. I'm gonna get him cleaned up and go get the wheeler, and we'll get him out of here and go see Mike. We'll show you guys that deer a little bit later. Thanks for watching The Obsession. We appreciate each and every one of you.